Diddy get his superseding indictment. Remember, this is a RICO. Diddy can't go to jail by himself in the RICO.
What does Beyonce do in this? Does she leave him or does she stay?
She might be a co-conspirator too. She might just be as guilty as Cassie is.
People are starting to see these people for what they are. A lot of people in Hollywood are perverts, they're addicts, they're idiots, and they believe in their own magic. They think that they are gods.
Over, the name Over, it derived from, I would tell people like, yo, I can make songs, like I'm just sitting there, I don't even write songs down. I can make these songs in 5 to 7 minutes, like whole songs. And they like, that's just like a gift. And they just start calling me like, Jehovah.
Everyone knew he was the devil. He's been the devil for 30 years. He's been covered and protected by not only, but Lucian Grange. He was selected to be the demon that he is.
Wait, Choke No Joke is back. And honey, he is spilling all the tea about Jay-Z and Beyonce in this absolutely explosive interview. And when I say explosive, I mean he is holding nothing back. He's going after everything from their parenting choices, yes, really, to Jay-Z's super suspicious quick response to those shocking allegations, and even diving into Jay's questionable history with younger women. But wait, it gets even juicier. Choke isn't just talking about the Carters. He's pointing fingers at some seriously powerful people behind the scenes. According to him, this whole Jane Doe lawsuit against Jay-Z, it's just the beginning of something much bigger that's about to rock everyone's world. And here's the real shocker. Choke is suggesting that Queen Bey herself might not be as innocent as we all think. Can you believe he's actually hinting that she could be playing the victim card just to dodge the heat? The fans are absolutely eating this up, saying Choke is basically exposing every single hole in Jay's story because, as they put it, he knows exactly when someone's feeding him a line, and he's not afraid to call it out. So, let me break this whole situation down for you, because if you haven't heard Choke's interview yet, you're going to want to sit down for this.
Them sold they fucking soul to the devil, and the is here with the receipt. You know what I'm saying? Their time has come, bro. Them been cock blocking like me, like my on the Breakfast Club right now, and made them who they are, and covered all that ill about them that the 85% of the population don't get to see, and they hold them in high regards.
So here's the deal. Jay-Z's attempts to make this Jane Doe lawsuit disappear? Yeah, that's not going quite as smoothly as he probably hoped it would. Just when Jay's legal team thought they had it handled by filing to dismiss the case, everything took this wild, unexpected turn. Tony Busby, who's representing the alleged victim, came back swinging with a fresh lawsuit against both Jay-Z and Roc Nation. And trust me, this one's a doozy. In this new filing, Busby is making some serious accusations. He's claiming that one of Jay-Z's lawyers actually tried to bribe and manipulate Busby's former client, Jose Maldonado, into filing a lawsuit against Busby himself. The goal? According to Busby, it was all about destroying the credibility of the Jane Doe lawsuit. Can you even? But hold on to your seats, because it gets even crazier. According to these court documents that 2XL got their hands on January 3rd, Busby is alleging that two people connected to Roc Nation literally pretended to be federal agents. They reportedly tried calling Maldonado multiple times, and when that didn't work, they actually showed up at what they thought was his house. When they couldn't find him there, they even went to his father's home, still claiming to be federal officers. The nerve.
He's scared. For him to reply back in 24 hours, and this nigga ain't replied to me and Dame in 20 years with certain allegations. To this day, he hasn't replied to the conference room, right? And everybody's seen the footage. We know he set up the meeting. But when you got all these sucker journalists out here, or fake journalists, and the people like the Angie Martinez and that all his friends, they not gonna ask him the real shit.
Right.
Right now, you're not, Angie can get an interview with Jay. I bet you she won't get an interview with him right now. Not for this. You know what I'm saying? And I bet you a lot of them ain't gonna even report on it, and if they do, it's gonna be in support of him.
Right.
Until they see some Diddy kicking Cassie in the face video of Jay's, of Jay-Z, something like that, the Jay-Z that's undeniable, then you're gonna see the whole shift in the industry. Right now, all of them, for the most part, are going to defend Jay.
Now, you're not going to believe this part. Choke is making it crystal clear that he is absolutely not jumping on the Jay-Z defense bandwagon. While he did admit that he finds it hard to wrap his head around the idea of Jay assaulting a 13-year-old, he's not completely ruling it out either. But then, and this is where it gets really controversial, he brought Blue Ivy into the conversation. Yes, you heard that right. He's actually criticizing Jay and Beyonce's parenting, claiming they're dressing Blue like she's way older than she is, and, brace yourself, he even accused Jay of putting Blue on what he called the Hollywood auction block. I know. It's absolutely shocking.
I'm not defending him. You know what I'm saying? Do I think that he would a 13-year-old girl at an after party? No. But is it a possibility that could have happened? Look at his daughter. She's 12 years old. As a father, would you be letting your daughter have a full face of makeup, eyeliner, eyeshadow, lipstick, not lip gloss, lipstick, wearing 4 or 5-inch heels? She's not even 13. And Jay's cheering her on at the Mustafa thing, and you hearing grown people in the back, woo, woo, nigga, that's her baby. So if he's cool with his daughter looking like an 18-year-old at 12, who am I to think that he's not attracted to that?
Would be laughing.
Bro, you got your daughter on the Hollywood auction block right now, allegedly, right? Your daughter is 12 years old. She been dressing like that since 11. You had her on the Renaissance tour, was a full-blown LGBTQ plus whatever tour, grown men up there dressing like women, and you got your baby on the stage, and you're protecting you're protecting children with Beyonce's vulgar language and the music while she's on stage. There's rapping and cursing while the baby's on stage. Stop it, bro.
And when it comes to Jay's statement about having to explain this lawsuit to his kids, Choke had plenty to say about that. He basically called Jay out as a complete hypocrite, reminding everyone about that time Jay bragged about throwing condoms on NASA's baby seat. But that's not even the most scandalous part. Choke brought up something that a lot of people seem to have conveniently forgotten: Jay's collaboration and touring with R. Kelly. And isn't it just fascinating how Jay's name somehow never came up in that Surviving R. Kelly documentary? Makes you think, doesn't it?
I mourn yet another loss of innocence. Children should not have to endure such at their
That's
young
bull,
age.
bro. Stop, please. Please, man. Because this is the same that told Nas he threw fucking condoms on his baby seat. Right? The hypocrite. Now you a father, and now you got to worry about your kids and this, that, and other. And I know we change as we mature.
What if he matured?
Yeah, we do change when we mature. But he was a grown man when he threw condoms on his baby seat. Here with that bull. Carmen had to deal with that statement, which at the time, Destiny, who's Nas' daughter, was too old to even be in the baby seat. And he said that. And Carmen and Destiny and Nas had to deal with that shit today. Cause I'm repeating it, which it was bull, right? But now you worried about your fucking kids. It's something else you said in there early on that was bull too. This did 2 albums with R. Kelly. So now you worried about kids, but you did an album with the 2 studio albums and went on tour with the Pied Piper. Get out of here, Jay-Z. Now you some fucking man, please.
He said,
Why do you think that In all of the whole Surviving R. Kelly series, Jay-Z was not mentioned once, or not even a flash of a picture with him. And he's the only artist in the world that has done 2 studio albums and a tour with R. Kelly.
I'm sure he don't want that.
And just when you thought we'd heard it all, Choke dropped another bombshell. When the interview brought up Jay-Z's claims about having this supposedly strict moral code, Choke practically laughed it off. He pointed out something that's raising quite a few eyebrows. The fact that Desiree Perez, Jay's right-hand woman and the president of Roc Nation, is apparently a former federal informant. The way he said it, you could tell there was so much more to that story.
You have strict codes and honor for you made it out the streets, but your partner is a known rat. She's a known informant, you a street. Desiree Perez cooperated, and you went through the last 20 years with this chick. What code and ethics? Stop it.
But hold on to your seats because Choke was just warming up. He started spilling even more tea about Jay-Z's alleged history with younger women, and let me tell you, the details were eye-opening. Then he dropped this massive theory about how some powerful people might be orchestrating this whole situation. According to Choke, the fact that Jay responded to these allegations so quickly is a huge red flag. He says Jay's been acting completely different since this lawsuit dropped, like he's not even the same person anymore.
Listen, Jay-Z has a history of messing with women that are predominantly a lot younger than him, right?
Yeah.
You got Aaliyah.
I think
and
she was grown.
Aaliyah, she was 20 at the time, but he probably was in his 30s then. You know what I'm saying? There's rumored that he messed with Beyonce way before they announced it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's the rumors of Tierra Marie, right? So, Rihanna, you know. So for me, I believe what they doing is they playing a serious chess game with him, right? But they took their king and they threw the king, the first move, they threw their king in the middle of the board. And he like, what the he jumped right out there real fast. You know what I'm saying? Oh, y'all niggas don't know what y'all doing. Y'all putting the king up there? Thinking that he just getting ready to take one of the pawns and knock the king down. No, they gonna jump it right back. But they just wanted to see if you was gonna play. You know what I'm saying? They wanted to see if you was gonna move, right? But now, the fact that he responded, which he normally don't do, shows him out of character.
Right.
Just like him at the Mustafa premiere.
Yeah.
Right? If you see him, this nigga got his arm in his pocket that's next to his wife, his hand in his pocket that's next to his wife, and got his arm around his mother-in-law. That's kind of strange, right?
How so?
Nigga, your arm going around your wife.
But
Right?
he wanted to show maybe that they was cool.
Right? And then Jay goes, he claps. Like, okay, like that's enough pictures. He's uncomfortable. That's not Jay-Z.
Jay-Z's always supposed to be cool.
The way Choke describes it, Jay's whole demeanor has changed. Did you see that moment when Jay was clapping? Choke points out how uncomfortable he looked, saying, "That's not Jay-Z. Jay-Z is always supposed to be cool." But then, and this is where things get really wild, Choke dropped this absolute bomb, suggesting that Jay-Z might be about to be indicted alongside Diddy as his co-conspirator. And if you thought that was shocking, just wait until you hear what came next. While everyone's been busy making jokes about Diddy, Choke hints that they might be missing something huge, even suggesting that Jay-Z could be hiding similar secrets.
Jay-Z's about to be indicted with Diddy. When Diddy get his superseding indictment, remember this is a RICO. Diddy can't go to jail by himself in the RICO, right?
What you saying?
Even R. Kelly had they put some of his workers and people down with him, and they turned and you know, got out of it, you know. But Jay, this is another thing. Remember they ran up in the jail and cleaned it out? Jay's getting ready to get hit with the RICO, he's gonna be Diddy's co-conspirator. If you look at all the news stories
Yeah.
since the Jay-Z came out, every picture is Jay-Z and Diddy, right?
YouTube channel of him and Jay in the studio, like making music. And it was like, you know, early 2000s. I didn't know they was cool like that.
See, you got the whole no Diddy thing going on. But these people don't think that Jay-Z could be gay.
Yeah, that surprised me when you hinted at that.
These people don't think that, and they're not, I'm not saying he is or he is. I'm saying these people out here think there's no possibility in the world that it's people that don't believe the rumors that they hear about Will Smith, about Diddy. You know what I'm saying? So they damn sure ain't gonna want to believe it about Jay. But they about to get a rude awakening out here in a minute.
Choke isn't just throwing these theories around casually. He's doubling down on everything. He's convinced that these mysterious higher-ups are plotting against Jay-Z, and get this, he's saying that Jay's alleged son Rymir suddenly coming back into the spotlight isn't just a coincidence. According to Choke, we're about to witness a complete domino effect that's going to change everything we thought we knew about Jay-Z.
They wanted you to react to the 13-year-old, right? Now what they're going to do is everything else is coming behind it. Now, his alleged son, Rymir, right? He has been trying to get Jay to do a DNA test
for years.
This may help him. One of those lawyers, that Busby lawyer, he might pick up his case, right? And they say, oh, well, we got this case too. We want to do a DNA test, right? The reason Jay's ducking him is because his mother had him when she was 16, which means that Jay would have impregnated her at 15, and he was older. But so if he do a DNA test and it comes to find out that that is his son, then there's no denying that he slept with her mother when she was underage. And that's what the he been ducking and dodging for all these years with that. And it ain't that he don't want to be his father.
Right.
It's like, you gonna send me to jail if I'm your father.
Things got really personal when Choke revealed how he's apparently been blocked from speaking out about Jay-Z. Can you believe his Breakfast Club interview allegedly got pulled because of it? The way Choke sees it, this is all just karma finally catching up with Jay after supposedly sabotaging other people's careers for decades. The emotion in his voice when he talked about this, you could tell this wasn't just gossip for him. This was personal.
Like, my ain't on the Breakfast Club right now, my interview, because of Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? Because I was talking about Jay-Z. They been blocking people for years from not being able to talk about him. And now the rabbit got the you know what I'm saying? And Jay has been a person that has had his hand on people's career for years. You know what I'm saying? For decades. You know what I'm saying? And then it's now his time to get the out the way.
But wait, there's more. Choke insists that these powerful figures are just getting started with Jay-Z, suggesting this Jane Doe lawsuit is barely scratching the surface. And Beyonce? Oh, you thought she was in the clear? Think again. Choke hints that she might be more involved than we think, but could end up playing the victim card, possibly claiming Jay forced her into things or even suggesting he kept her under control with substances. The way he laid it all out, it's absolutely mind-blowing.
Just like Diddy got a floodgate of lawsuits, they get ready to come for Jay. But I guarantee you, by the time this airs, by next week from when this airs, there's gonna be a bunch of goddamn people that's gonna come out with lawsuits against Jay-Z. It's just that these people have been afraid, just like they've been afraid of Diddy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And now what's gonna happen is, I'm telling you, the superseded indictment is gonna have Jay-Z as a co-conspirator. They already got him there. If Diddy is going to jail for if this person, this same 13-year-old person, if they pick up that as a criminal case, because what Jay think is, charge me criminally. he know the statute of limitations is up. But with the Mann Act, if they charge you federally and they attach you to Diddy and make you a co-conspirator of Diddy, then the statute of limitations are going to be opened up through the RICO and the Mann Act, and the same 13-year-old that you talking about, yeah, charge me criminally on some. They're going to be able to charge you criminally with the Mann Act because it won't be no statute of limitation. Around and throw the victim out on. Oh, he was me too. Y'all didn't see me in the elevator. I was up in the elevator. They was over there fighting and stomping and fighting and I was just in the zone. Y'all see me in the elevator, right? Like she could just say this guy been me.
Now here's where things get really deep. Choke shared his theory about why these power players might be targeting Jay-Z, and it's bigger than anyone imagined. He believes this is all part of some massive plan to take down black elites right before some major global shift. The way he explains it, the same people who helped Jay-Z and Diddy climb to the top, the ones who supposedly covered up their alleged wrongdoings all these years, are now ready to pull the rug out from under them. It's all about showing them who really holds the power. When you think about it that way, it's actually pretty chilling.
There's going to be a big change in the world. I don't know, world war, whatever it may be. Something's coming up. And it just seems like they are trying to strip the black elite from their money so they can help us.
That's a deep perspective.
You know what I'm saying? Right? And made them who they are and covered all that ill shit out them that the 85% of the population don't get to see, and they hold them in high regards. And, you know, the 5% of us that get to see it and the 10% that know about it, you know what I'm saying? Now, they done put them on the front stage, and now they gonna destroy their image and everything. So now what happens to the kids that and the people that got inspired by them, right? It kind of does something to their ambition, right? Now they shifting and thinking like, damn, these on steroids the whole time, metaphorically speaking. So they didn't just win the championship on steroids.
You just kind of hinted at something.
The reaction from fans to Choke's interview, absolutely explosive. People are praising him left and right for being one of the few industry insiders brave enough to speak out about Jay-Z and all this drama. One fan wrote something that really captures the mood. Finally, someone who is not afraid of Jay-Z and Beyonce thanks Choke. I respect you for being bold enough to speak your mind. Just please watch your back and be safe. Another person called it the best interview since the Cat Williams interview, saying Choke was absolutely on point. The big questions everyone's asking now are absolutely mind-bending. Could Choke be right about Jay-Z being set up by the very same people who helped him become who he is? Is there any truth to this wild theory about Jay possibly being indicted as Diddy's co-conspirator? And what about Beyonce? What's her real role in all of this? It's like watching a real-life drama unfold, and honestly, nobody knows what bombshell might drop next. The way this story keeps evolving, with new twists and turns seemingly every day, you just know there's gotta be more to come. Between the lawsuits, the allegations, and all these explosive revelations from Choke No Joke, it feels like we're just seeing the tip of the iceberg. Stay tuned because this story is far from over, and something tells me the next chapter might be even more shocking than everything we've heard so far.